Hello, and welcome to the Adaptive Physical Education, Georgia Department of Education Community Webinar. My name is Julie Evans. I'm an Adaptive Physical Education teacher, Special Olympics coordinator, and part-time instructor at UGA. I work in the Clark County School District in Athens, Georgia. I'm an itinerant teacher, and I travel between our K-12 schools daily. What is adaptive physical education? Adaptive physical education is the art and science of developing, implementing, and monitoring a carefully designed physical education instructional program for a learner with a disability. Based on a comprehensive assessment to give the learner the skills necessary for a lifetime of rich leisure, recreation, and sport experiences to enhance physical fitness and wellness. Basically, adaptive physical education is physical education for students with disabilities. Unfortunately, a high number of our students with disabilities have an increased risk of obesity and inactivity. The following slides will discuss some of the laws and definitions that are appropriate. The legal definition of special education stated in Public Law 94-142. The term special education means specially designed instruction at no cost to parents to meet the unique needs of an individual with a disability, including instruction in the classroom, home, hospitals, and institutions, and instruction in physical education. The legal definition of physical education, noted in Public Law 108-446, is the development of physical and motor fitness, fundamental motor skills and patterns, and skills in aquatics, dance, and individual and group games and sports, including intramural and lifetime sports. There are a lot of laws that currently guide physical education services for students with disabilities, but the three most prominent are IDEIA, the ADA, and Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. Basically, all students are required to receive physical education. This physical education may be individualized and modified, and even in a setting other than general PE for qualified students with disabilities. The Rehabilitation Act of 1973, Brown versus the Board of Education, was the foundation for this act, and Public Law 94-142 mandated that individuals with disabilities cannot be excluded from any program or activity receiving federal funds solely on the basis of a disability. Often ensures provision of services for students who have a disability not identified under IDEA, those with a temporary disability, or those who require some services but do not qualify for special education. Education for all handicapped children, Public Law 94-142. This act required free and appropriate public education, an IEP, which is an individualized education plan or program, LRE, least restrictive environment, and physical education as a direct service. In future webinars, we will discuss the difference between a direct and related service. Another key federal legislation is the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. This act expanded civil rights protections for individuals with disabilities in the public and private sectors. This act impacts adaptive physical education by requiring accessibility, including locker rooms, gyms, tracks, and weight rooms. Other key federal legislation, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA, in 1990, continued to emphasize free and appropriate education, least restrictive environment, individualized education plan, and then physical education as a direct educational service. The reauthorization of IDEA emphasize the education of learners with disabilities in the general education program, increase the emphasis on parental participation in the assessment and IEP process, and instituted guidelines for managing behavioral procedures. Individuals with Disabilities Improvement Act of 2004, or IDEIA, reauthorization of previous IDEA acts, and reinforces inclusion and evidence-based education. Every Student Succeeds Act, or Public Law 11495, ensures equal educational opportunities for all children. APE service benefits. Promotion of physical activity, provision of equal opportunities, remediation of secondary disabling conditions, improvement of quality of life, individualization of services to meet specialized needs, generation of accessibility to the curriculum, facilities, and community, strategies for staying active, and promotes full participation in the physical education curriculum. APE helps students figure out strategies for staying active and helps them become full participants in the physical education curriculum. It also teaches the community and their peers strategies for including them in physical activities and social lives. It is okay to fail. It is not okay to not try. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at my email listed here.